an hour. We did briefly touch on how you're kind of changing the way Mongoose Publishing works to this more sort of cooperative creator-owned model, but we didn't really get into it too much. So can you explain how you came to that kind of decision, and is it working out?
Well, it was an evolution. I didn't just wake up one morning and think, hey, yeah, let's do this. I mean, it was a few years ago. I mean, before that, we've been operating pretty much as any other company. People get bonuses around Christmas and, have this, be happy with it. But we had a better than average month a while back. And I thought, well, hey, wouldn't it be fun to give the staff a bonus? I mean, it's only like 200 or 250 quid a piece or something. But it suddenly hit me that 200 or 300 quid for extra for somebody who's on a normal salary it may not be game changing, it may not be everything, but it is a lot, because all of that's 200 or 300 quid worth of freedom. You can start putting working towards a deposit on a house or add to savings, or get the new games console that otherwise you wouldn't be able to afford for the next 12 months or what have you. So it meant quite a lot. But here's the thing: it cost the company nothing. I mean, you got a small number of staff getting 200 or 300 quid each. You don't know, the company doesn't notice that, and so you start thinking, what if I can do that more often? And all kind of snowballed from there. I started reading a few business books, came across the idea of co-ops and employee ownership trusts and what have you. I thought, yeah, this is actually something worth pursuing.
We did discuss this briefly on email. I did say when I originally set up Postmort, I tried to do it as a cooperative, but perversely, it seems easier to do it if you have a pre-existing company that you transition rather than starting out that way, which is a shame, I think. But I hope more companies follow the model. I'm not a lifelong leftist. I've watched the unionization at Paizo and things like that with a degree of excitement, but then horror, because it seems like they're not so much doing it necessarily for the industrial reasons, like better working conditions, though at Paizo, apparently getting the carpets cleaned requires unionization. But rather that they wanted to exert greater control over the content that the company was putting out, to almost censor it from within. That seemed to be the motivation. You've seen that at a few computer game companies as well. That seems to me to be the wrong reason to unionize. I don't know. What do you think about it?
The staff did here instantly ask me if they could unionize. I said, sure. What good is it going to do when you already own the company yourselves? But I digress. The question of unions, the effectiveness of a union and the benefits to the people within it, indeed everyone else working within the company, is not perhaps down to the company itself. It's down to the union. That's the point of it. So it might be something to keep an eye on if the people within Paizo's union decide this is great, we got what we want, or this is as good as it's going to get. Fine, that's their decision. Or maybe they start using their leverage and start pushing for more things. I mean, you can, as a company, you can avoid a lot of this if you just pay your staff a decent amount.
I've been employing people freelance more and more, and I find that just treating people well goes such a long way. Just things you wouldn't think of, like paying on time.
Right? We pay all invoices within 24 hours of receiving them, including freelancers.
Yeah, I sometimes have to wait over a weekend for people, but and as someone who still freelances on occasion, if you pay on time, that's worth a lot to someone like me. I'll work cheaper if I'm sure I'm going to get the money, and I'm sure I'm going to get the money on time. It makes a huge difference. So it's things you wouldn't think are a big deal turn out to be a big deal, especially in creative industries. Yes. I find, we're just about done. Is there anything else briefly you'd like to talk about, or anything you'd like to ask me? I don't know.
I think we're probably good. They're in the kitchen. Got staff in the kitchen at the moment making meatballs for lunch today.
Partnering with IKEA, are we?
No, so I think we had sloppy joes earlier this week. Life is pretty good here at the moment.
Yeah, despite being in Swindon.
That's the one thing they all complain about.
Yeah, it's weirdly difficult to get to Swindon from where I am, and I'm not that far away at all. Just public transport's terrible. All right. Well, it was lovely chatting to you again and catching up. Hope to see you again without it being like 10 years.
Absolutely.
Maybe I'll catch you at a convention sometime if I ever make it back to one. But thanks. Go and enjoy your meatballs.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope that was interesting. And hopefully more people will want to come on stream another time. Bye-bye.